Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2, and today I'm going to be giving you part 7 of What If Naruto Was Banished and got a supernatural ability. Remember to get this one to 300 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also stay in tune because after this I'm going to be posting a brand new episode of What If Naruto Was a Smart Prodigy. So stay in tune for that guys. And over on Anime King, I post a new episode of What If Naruto Was the Akatsuki King. So go ahead and check out that and enjoy. And later on, I'm going to be posting What If Naruto is a badass genius. So stay in tune for that as well, guys. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time hearing my voice, and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all for your help and your support, guys. And remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. So yeah, without further ado, let's begin this new episode. Start the intro.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their nails.
So, the last time we left off, Naruto visited Fu and Shibuki, as he told them about the Akatsuki. After staying a few nights and doing his magic show, Naruto said his goodbyes, as he told them that he would come and visit them soon. As Naruto was going to our next town, he was poofed away, as he was summoned to the Mount Miyaboku, as the elder told him that he will continue his training where Jiraiya left off, as Naruto was going to be learning Sage Jutsu. We then had a time skip 3 years later, as the rookie team, along with their senseis, got a resort day off by Snavy, as they were heading to an inn when they noticed fighting, as Hinata and Net used their Byakugan. Hinata then ran off as she came to see the one in the hood fighting, but he was not introduced himself after defeating the guys. As he then chuckled and took off the hood, he knew he couldn't hide from those eyes. As the group was surprised to see Naruto, as they couldn't believe it was Naruto after all these years. They get to see him again. Even though they got his letter, they never saw him. As they greeted him, as Naruto fly all of them towards the inn, seeing that they missed the boat. Arriving at the inn, Asuma was greeted by two women there, Minsu and her daughter Chao. When the women saw Naruto, they perked up, as Naruto has been coming here for some time now, as Naruto helped them deal with some bandits, and Chao and Minsu teach her daughter to fight, and after that they got rather close, as Minsu gave Naruto all express pass here. They then heard rumbling as many girls burst out, as all of them hopped on Naruto, as Kiba couldn't believe what he was seeing, so many girls rushing down Naruto now. As he guessed Naruto was right, his banishment was really a liberation, seeing that his life was so good now. Later that night, they headed to the spa, as the guys went on the guy's side and the girls went on the girl's side, as Chao told them that she kissed Naruto. Hinata told her that she kissed him as well the day he was leaving. As Hinata has changed a lot, as she's showing her feelings now and not really holding back that much. As Ino and Tenten became a little envious. As the way Chao spoke of it, it sounds like it was amazing. Later that night, Naruto was in his room when Chao crawled into his bed. Ever since they helped defeat those bandits, Chao and him got rather close, as the both of them started to make out. The next morning, the group came to see Naruto train a lot of girls, as he showed them basic things here and there, as Naruto told the group about his Sage Jutsu, as he activates Sage mode, as the group couldn't believe how strong he got, as Naruto then went off to take a dip after all that training. Hinata then came out there, as she told Naruto that she missed him a lot, as she told him she never stopped thinking about him, as she came into the water with him and removed her clothes, as she was very shy at first to do anything, but the both of them got comfortable with each other, as they did it right there, right in the water, as it was their first time and Hinata said it was amazing. As they came back to the inn, as Ino and Tenten found something strange between them, something happened out there, as the both of them were angry that they didn't go there themselves. So yeah guys, that was basically the last where we left off. You guys can switch across the place and check it out for yourself. So, what do you say we begin this new episode? After having lunch, Naruto went to his room for a little rest. Man, I can't remember the last time I had so much fun with my old friends, he said, as he levitated some fruits over to him. I would say, and that little run you have with Hinata. I bet you never felt anything like that before, Kurama said. It was indeed something, Naruto said. Too bad the other girls I met before, aside from Chao, didn't go that far with me. Well, you did get the chance to bathe with Koyoke, and not to mention that swimming session with Aizaraibe. Yeah, those moments were awesome, but compared to mine and Hinata moments, that was just incredible, Naruto said. Naruto, said a voice as Naruto rolled over to see Minsu at the edge of his doorway. Oh, Minsu, what's up, he said. I just thought I would come to see you. After all, it's obvious that you had a lot of fun with Hinata today, the woman said, giggling. As Naruto looked at her in surprise. I don't know what you're talking about, he said. Don't think you can hide such a thing from a woman that has been around the block a couple of times, she said. I know when some crazy teens have engaged in physical relations. Is that the reason you walked in on me and Chao the one time, Naruto questioned? No, I wanted a piece of the action myself, she giggled. Of course, who can resist the might of Naruto, Naruto said. Minsu only laughed as she crawled onto the bed, so tell me, how was it with Hinata? Naruto looked back as she pressed herself in his back. Excuse me? Did you have fun with Hinata, she asked. I really don't think I should tell you something like that, especially since it involved Hinata, Naruto said. Come on, Naruto, you can tell me, she said, as she played with his ears. After all, what's a mistress for? I know, Naruto said, as he remembered the one time he and Chao made love. And after that, Minsu came in and told Naruto to consider her his mistress. And she would always be open in some lessons of physical love or engaging, or if you need to talk. So, talk to me, she said. Well, it was amazing, Naruto said. Believe me, if this was a Hinata I knew before my banishment, there was no way she could have handled what we had out there, Naruto said. Sometimes the shy ones always turn out to be the undercover sly types. Minsu said. You don't say, Naruto said, chuckling. That's right, and you know, I got a feeling that your friend Ino and Tenten, they also want a piece of you. What? No, Naruto said. Wait, seriously? As Minsu nodded. I heard from Chao, so if I were you, I would be wary of them while they stay here, said Minsu. Thanks for the tip, Naruto said. I'll keep it in mind. I just hope they don't get angry or disappointed when they heard about the other girls during my trip. I'm sure they will understand. Besides, you're the last member of your clan, Minsu said. Thanks, you always know what to say when I feel down. Hey, what is a mistress for, she said. Now come, she said as she rested his head on her chest, as she started to just smooth down his hair. Any one of those girls would be lucky to have you, she said. As she did that until Naruto fell asleep, as she then left the room. Later that day, Naruto approached his friends, seeing all of them just lying around, not sure what to do. Hey guys, what's up, he said. It's boredom, said Kiba. Our senseis are all in town drinking, and none of the girls here will do anything for me. For obvious reasons, Shino said, making Kiba growl. Well, this may be able to tie you guys over, Naruto said as he pulled out a photo album. Hey, what's that? asked Shikamaru. Just some pictures of my exploits during my travels, and some of the friends I met, Naruto said. Awesome, you must have done a lot more than you let on, Ino said. All that and more, Naruto said as he showed them the pictures, the various spots that they have never even seen or been to. You took a picture of yourself while flying, Neji said, as Naruto was in the air with birds flying. When you got clones, you don't have to ask someone to do it, Naruto chuckled. Hey, this is you in the sand, said Sakura, as she noticed that Naruto was holding Gaara and Kankuro in a headlock, while Temari and Pakura were behind him as their head was resting on his shoulder. Yeah, I visited Gaara and the guys a couple of times. But who are those other girls? Tenten said. Oh, that's Pakura. She's one talented Kunoichi. Talented how? Ino asks. Well, not only does she have moves, but she got an awesome Keiki Genkai. Bloodline Ice? Kiba asks. No, Elemental Jutsu. She used Scorch Release, and you don't want to get caught in it. Hey, wait a minute, Naruto. Is that you with the Mizukage? As he saw a picture with Naruto with the Mizukage and Hotaru. Oh yeah, that's Meiterumi, Naruto said. Wow, she's beautiful, Ino said. As the other girls marveled at her beauty as well, as Sakura then saw Hotaru and Mei's chest and looked down at hers as she cursed that fact about her life. Naruto, who's that other girl? Sakura asked. Oh, Hotaru, Sachikumo, Naruto said. Another lady friend. I made while traveling. I even saved her life from some mutiny. And that was when I was starting out with my powers, Naruto said. So how do you end up going to Kira? Shikamaru asked, as Naruto told them about his trip there, and also about Utakata, his another friend that he made. As Naruto flipped the book again, and Kiba spotted a picture with Naruto and Shizuna, with multiple other girls as well, equally as hot as her. Naruto, who are those girls? He asks. As Hinata saw how close that girl was to Naruto in the picture, as she was holding her arms around him and the both of them were smiling. Yes, who? Said Hinata. Oh, that's Princess Shizuka of the Netsuko village, Naruto said. Princess? The guys gasped. Netsuko village? The girls asked. Yeah, in fact that village consists of only kunoichis, and the only married man deemed well enough to father their children. How do they deem them worthy? Asks. You have to beat them in a fight. A fight? That's it? Kiba said. Yeah, but the downside is, if they beat you, you get the death penalty, Naruto said. Yikes, Choji gasped. So how come you look so friendly with them? Ino asks. Funny story, Naruto said. But it all has to do with something Ero-Sennin did years ago. Jiraiya-sama? What did he do? Asked Sakura. As Naruto told them what he did. Wait, if you beat her in a fight, what does that mean? Asked Hinata. Well, we got engaged, Naruto said. Well, I am engaged. What? All of them shouted. Hey, what choice did I have? It was either that or death. And it's Ero-Sennin's fault for putting me in that position in the first place. So then that means, Hinata asks, as she was almost ready to break into tears. Hinata, don't worry, Naruto said, trying to calm her down. I've already explained to her that I don't just want to marry her because of our agreement. Besides, I don't live by village laws anymore. No one said I can't marry more than one girl anymore. So you found a loophole, Neji asks. You won't think about it like that, then yes. But the reason I promised to marry Shizuka, it wasn't because of the promise our mentors made. It was to help her love again. Love again? Asked Hinata. As Naruto told them about what Shizuka went through, and in the past losing her once lover because he wasn't able to best her in a fight. As Hinata felt easy, even though him and her did the deed, he wasn't completely taken by those other girls, and she could still see him as her one true love. As always, Naruto, you keep changing people, said Shikamaru. As Naruto went on to show them Aisuraibe. Wait, Sakura said, you went to see the princess again? As Naruto skipped through and she saw Koyuki. Yeah, she's doing better, Naruto said. And you all know that one movie that came out a year ago? Yeah, they all said. Well, you know that scene around the ending where the princess was talking to that retired guy? Well, that guy. Don't tell me, was that you? Sakura asked. Yep, Naruto said. The other guy got sick, so I stepped in. What? Kiba said. You know, life is just unfair. First, you're going around meeting all these new hotties, and you managed to get a movie role? What the hell is going on? Why isn't life looking up for me like that? As that just made everyone chuckle. As he then turned. Hey, who are those people? That's a Fuma clan from the Rice Country, Naruto said. They've been in rough times in the previous war, and many Fuma members joined Orochimaru new army on the promise that he can make their clan powerful once again. Orochimaru? Sakura gasped. Yeah, when I travel around the rice field country to gain some information on Orochimaru, some of the Fuma members tried to capture me. But I reasoned with their leader Hanzaki. I even helped him and his clan rescue 3 of his people from Orochimaru clutches, Irashi, Sesame, and Kotohami. As he motioned to them in the picture as they saw them. As he of course left out the part when he accidentally groped Sesame when she was fleeing from Orochimaru man, but she was too caught up in running. So, did you fight Orochimaru? Shikamaru asked curiously. I thought I was fighting him and Kabuto, but it turns out that the both of them were just flunkies in disguise, Naruto said. So he's still out there, said Sakura. Unfortunately, said Naruto. Kiba then checked another picture as he saw Naruto having dango with 2 red-hair girls. Now who are these girls, he asked. Oh, them? That's Amaru and Sarah, as it was 2 beautiful girls with red heads. So what's the story behind them? Neji asked. Well, I actually met the both of them the same time, Naruto said. At the Sky country, and I helped them face off against this guy called Shinzo, as he tried to take over the place by using the girl because she had this strange power inside of her. But I ended up defeating him, Naruto said. Well, they're both cute, especially Amara, said Kiba. Well, my first meeting with her was kind of strange, since I thought that she was a guy. She had her hair tied all up, and she was wearing a hat, and also she was wearing a thick jacket. And that was really awkward, Naruto said. Sakura then saw another picture with Naruto with another girl, as she was wearing a golden crown. Who is that? That is Priestess Shin of the Demon Country. A priestess? Kiba asked. Yep, and I almost didn't get along with her. How so? Asked Ino. Well, she grew up in a sad life when her mother was used in a sacrifice ceremony. Plus she had this power of hers that was also like a curse. Curse? Choji asked. She has a power to foresee people dead, Naruto said, making the group cringe. As Naruto then went on to tell him the story about how he met Shin and how he defeated the man who tried to bring back the demon Mori. And you see, she asked me if I would like to help her because when the time comes she has to pass on her power to a new priestess. As everyone I twitch, and what answer did you give her? Sakura asked. I told her I'll be honored to. What? They cried. Naruto, do you even know what she meant by helping her? Sakura asked, thinking that her teammate was still clueless. Of course I do, she want me to be the father for our offspring, Naruto said, like it was no big deal. And you still went along with it? Ino asked. Well, I'm not going to deny the request from our priestess, whose life I just saved from ultimate doom. But don't worry, we're not going to have kids for a while. Do any of these other girls even know about each other? Tenten asked. Of course, what kind of guy would I be if I didn't tell them about each other? Well, Naruto, since it is your choice, we have no right to say what choice you made, Neji said. Hey guys, we're back, said a voice, as the group turned to see Asuma and the others. What's everyone been up to? Kakashi asked, until he noticed a photo album out. Oh, Naruto is showing us his journey through the ninja lands, Lee said, as the Jonins came over as they would like to see as well. Later that night, Naruto was in his room doing some stretches until he heard a knock on his door. Who is it? He said. It's Ino and Tenten, Ino answered. Come in, Naruto said, as he went to open the door. What's up? We felt like spending the night here, Naruto, Tenten said. Oh really, Naruto said. And what, pray tell, made you decide that? Well, we were sort of talking to Hinata about what you guys did today and said Ino. Did you force her to tell you? Naruto asked. No, we would never force anything like that out of her. In fact, she told us on her own, Tenten said. And what did she say about me? Naruto asked as he was curious. Well, she told us that you were the greatest experience in her life. Hinata said that, Naruto said, as the both of them nodded. And you see, the thing is, Tenten said, we would also like to experience that. As Naruto narrowed his eyes at the both of them. Wait, both of you together? Really? Ino nodded. We wouldn't ask anyone else. That is, if you want us, Naruto, said Tenten. As Naruto walked past the both of them, not saying a word, as they thought that was a no, but they realized he shut the door and started to apply sealing tags over the room. What are those things? Asked Tenten. Soundproof seals, Naruto said. It will prevent anyone from hearing anything that is going on inside this room from top and bottom. Clever, said Ino. I'm impressed, Tenten said. I know, so girls, ready for some fun? As Naruto watched as the both of them got undressed. What do you think, Naruto? Ino asked as the both of them present themselves in front of him. Oh, he looks like he's really happy, said Tenten, as she looked down. Good, we will need that, said Ino, as the both girls started to slowly make their way over to him in a seduction walk. Thank you, God, Naruto said. After a good 2 hours, Naruto levitated the girls back down to the bed as they were doing it in the air. That was simply amazing, Tenten said while panting. Glad you girls enjoyed, Naruto said. And I'm glad I could do it before tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Asked Ino. The day I head back out. You're leaving? Said Tenten. Don't worry, Naruto said. This isn't the last time you're gonna see me. You mean? Ino asked. Yeah, I'm sure we will run into each other someday again. I hope so, Tenten said, as she snuggled up on the right side of Naruto, as Ino snuggled up on his left side. As Naruto wrapped his arms around both of them, pulling them close. Good night, girls, he said. Good night, Naruto, the both of them said. The very next morning, Naruto stood outside the inn, as Minsu and Cho was there as well. Well, I better get going, he said. Where will you go now, Naruto? Sakura asked. Haven't decided yet, but I'm sure it'll come to me. Well, you be careful out there, Naruto, Kakashi said. I always will, Sensei, Naruto said, as Kakashi's eyes smiled. As Naruto turned to Sakura, keep training under Bachan, and tell her and Shizune that I said hi. I will, she said. As Naruto bumped fists with Kiba, take care, Kiba. You too, Akamaru, as Akamaru barked. We will still remember you as a good friend, Naruto, Shino said. Thanks, Shino. And remember to stay healthy, Naruto, Kurona lectured him. Yes, ma'am, Naruto said, as Hinata walked up to him as she whispered in his ear. I will never forget you on our one-on-one time. As she kissed him on the cheek. I will always remember, he said. Team 10 approach, once again is troublesome without you around, so just try to stay out of troublesome situations, Shikamaru said. I'll try, Naruto said. If you come across any good food places, drop me a letter. If I happen to come across such places. Sure thing, Chojin, Naruto said. Remember to write to us as well. Ino said, kissing him on the cheek. I will, Naruto said. Just remember, Naruto, even though you're not part of Konoha, the Wheel of Fire still burns inside of you. Thanks, Asuma Sensei, Naruto said, as Team Guy approached him. as Lee rushed in and gave Naruto a bear hug. "It's gonna be alright," said Naruto as he patted Lee on the head. "I'm gonna miss you, Naruto." "I share my youthful student's word, Naruto," said Guy. "Even though you won't be at Konoha, you will be in our hearts and in our eyes." As the both of them started to hug him and crying. "Someone control these two," Naruto said, as Tenten pried the both of them off of him. "Good luck out there, Naruto. I'll make sure that Hyuga clan stay at better ends with each other," said Neji, as he shook Naruto's hand. "See that you do, Neji," Naruto said. As Tenten approached, "I guess this is goodbye, Naruto. For now at least," Tenten, Naruto said. As she kissed him on the cheek, "Goodbye," she said. As Chao and Minsu then came up, Chao just wrapped her arms around Naruto. "I can do way better," she said, as she planted a big kiss on his lips. As Naruto kissed her back, as tears are building up in Naruto's eyes. "I can't take all of this. Come on everyone, big group hug," he said, as all of them came in. As he then released his hug on the group, after saying goodbye to Minsu. "Well, bye-bye you crazy Konoha shinobi," he said, as he took flight, as he waved off, as they all waved him off, as he blasted away, incredible speed just soaring through the sky, as all of them watched him went off. Time skip. Naruto was heading to the land of hot waters. "Man, I love that place. It's like a place of cleansing," he said. Soon enough he arrived, as he saw the entire village, as it was like a giant hot springs. There was a lot of them here. "Boy, I love this place. I bet the people would be happy to hear that their favorite entertainer is back in town. I'm sure they will be very thrilled," said Kurama, in a sarcastic tone. Before Naruto could even say anything, to counteract Kurama, he heard a familiar laugh. "So that is when I clobber that newtling with my two hands and send him hurtling back into the forest." "My, you're so brave and impetuous," a female voice said. "I want to hear more," another female voice said, as Naruto followed the voice as he came up to a balcony. "Erosenin," he said, as Jiraiya looked around. Who in their dumb mind have the right to call me? He then saw Naruto waving to him, as he was frozen in shock seeing Naruto. Naruto! As it's been 3 years since he saw him, he only got letters. Naruto has been all over the elemental nations. Later on, Jiraiya ditched the two ladies. Well, he will go and find them later, as he met up with Naruto at the inn. "It's been a long time, hasn't it, Erosenin?" "Naruto, I can't believe it. I almost didn't even recognize you with that hair color," Jiraiya said, as he looked just like Kushina now. "Well, when I left, I decided to change up my look for the greater good of myself," Naruto explained. "So what brings you around this village? Trying to get more ideas for your book?" Naruto asked. "Well, yes, as a matter of fact, but seeing that you don't show any interest in them. Well, actually, I enjoy your last volume, Ichi Ichi Tactics." What? Jiraiya said. "Yeah, that's right," Naruto said. "I start reading your books." "How do I know you're not just pulling my leg?" Jiraiya said, as Naruto read out a line of his book from his head, as Jiraiya's eyes went wide. "You read it? You read my book? I never thought I'd see the day that my apprentice embraced my books," he said. "Easy, Erosenin. Don't publicly announce it to the world," Naruto said. "Sorry, but this made me so happy seeing you again, and took on a new interest," Jiraiya said. "So you've been keeping tracks on my letters that I've sent?" "Of course," Jiraiya said. "What about you? What are you doing with your time now?" Naruto asked. "Well, I have more time to work on my books and my travel once again. And I'm still trying to find as much evidence on the Akatsuki as I can." "Same with me," Naruto said. "But they've been quiet for the last 3 years." "Yeah, but I have my hunches. They will be on the move sooner or later," Jiraiya said, as he was a bit worried about Naruto. "I know you and Machan are concerned about me, but don't worry, I'll be alright. In fact, if any of them come out to me, I'll crush them," Naruto said. Jiraiya was shocked by Naruto's lack of concern. "Naruto, how can you be so calm about it if the Akatsuki get their hands on you?" "I'm well aware of the risk, Erosenin, but trust me, you've seen my letters. Over the last years, I've not been slacking off." "I haven't, but it's just you alone. And not even Sage Jutsu would be enough against all of them," Jiraiya said. "I have more than Sage Jutsu," Naruto said. "And also, I go through the scrolls that you gave me, and I learn as much as I can, and I even made up a few. And I also have another secret weapon." "Another?" "That's right, allow me to show you," Naruto said. As Naruto had a bottle of water in his hand, he threw it at Jiraiya, who raised his hand, but Jiraiya realized he didn't make contact, as he opened his eyes to see the water floating right in front of him, as he saw the water bottle just standing there mid-air. "Naruto, what the hell?" "You like it? Telekinesis is quite a handy power," Naruto said, as he levitated the bottle back over to him. "You have telekinesis?" Jiraiya said in shock. "Oh yeah, and it's become my greatest weapon," Naruto said, as he levitated a small little spider that was on the wall. As he spread his fingers, the spider popped into little pieces. When did this happen? Jiraiya asked. Right when I went on my own, I got it from something that fell out of the sky. Fell out of the sky, Jiraiya said, confused. Well, I don't know what it really is. I only know that it did a number on my brain, and now you see what I'm capable of. Fair enough, but how strong are you with that power? He asked. Well, I've been practicing with it for over 3 years now. When I started to use it, I would get nosebleeds if I overexerted it. But the more I use it, the stronger I got controlling it. This levitation is only a small part of it, because compared to my control now, I can completely decimate an entire village if I wanted to. What? Jiraiya said as he gasped. As Naruto didn't seem like he was bluffing. Oh yeah, and by the way, why did you have to make a promise in Netsuko village? And you didn't even warn me about it. What? I don't know what you're talking about, Jiraiya said, trying to cover his tracks. Don't play stupid with me. I learned all about your escorts in Netsuko village, where you duel with marriage on the line. And to my shocking surprise, you both left up to your students to finish what you guys started. The fact that you're still here must mean that you won, Jiraiya said. Yes, I did. And now I'm engaged to her, Naruto said. So what's a leader's girl like? Jiraiya asked, hoping that she was gorgeous, as all the girls he spied on in the village. Well, take a look for yourself, Naruto said as he pulled out his photo album and showed him a picture of himself and Shizuka when he visited a previous time, as Jiraiya whistled. That is one gorgeous piece of hotness, he said. Too bad, she's taking, Naruto said with a smirk. Jiraiya then flipped through the book as he saw other girls in the picture. Naruto, are these all the girls you mentioned? Yeah, Naruto said, as Jiraiya started to cry while going through the book, as he saw Mingsu and Chao, as Naruto was surrounded by the other girls, while Mingsu was wrapping her arms around him, as Chao was sitting in his lap. As Jiraiya looked towards Naruto, Kid, you made me so proud of you. But tell me, have you done it with any of these girls? Jiraiya asked. Like hell I'm going to tell you, if you ever take my private times and put it in your book, the girls are going to be humiliated. I was just asking, Jiraiya said, and hoping for some details. I'm going to go out for a bite, Naruto said, changing the topic. When I come back, will you be here? Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere, Jiraiya said. Good, I will hate to see you just pick up and leave when we just saw each other again, Naruto said, as he headed to town. As Naruto went off, he saw two girls at a food stand talking, as he saw the both of their red hairs, as he was surprised to see them here, as he used his power to make their stool spin around until the both of them were facing him. Amaru, Sarah, you girls are looking good, Naruto said with a smirk. Indeed, it was Amaru and Sarah, two girls that Naruto met over the span of 3 years, both who were involved in the kingdom of Aran and the Land of Sky incident. Naruto, both of them said as they jumped off their stools, as they pulled him into a hug. It's so good to see you, Sarah said. We didn't expect you to be here, Amaru said. Well, I thought a trip here would be just the thing I needed. I'm surprised to see you two here. Hey, you want to grab a bite? We were just about to sit down to eat, Sarah said. Delighted, Naruto said, as he took a seat with them, as they ordered their food as they started to eat. So Naruto, how has your traveling been going? Asked Sarah. They've been going great, Naruto said. Had a few banjo show in Kuzo and Kiri. I got a serious dough from them, he said. So what about you girls? Well, when you're a traveling medic and an assistant worker, it's never easy, Amaru said. I'll bet, but it's shocking to me. The two of you are the second surprise of my day. What was the first? Sarah asked. I ran into my old master here by luck, Naruto said. The one called Jiraiya of the Sun, who you address as Erosenin? Amaru said. Yeah, that's him. Would you two like to meet him? I suppose, but if he tries what you say he excels in, Amaru said, as Naruto told them about Jiraiya. I understand and I won't blame you on what you guys do to him, Naruto said. Amaru nodded. Besides, I only allow you to do stuff like that with me, she said. Same with me, Sarah said. Naruto blushed. You girls seriously get bolder each time I see you. We owe it all to you, Naruto, Sarah said. Naruto could only smile to himself as the three continued to eat. Later on, the three were walking back to the inn. Upon entering, they heard female screams. Pervert! Figures, Naruto said, as Jiraiya walked out with his clothes in tatters, and a black eye as well. Hey Naruto, he said, a bit daisy. I go out for half an hour and come back, and you're already in trouble. As Jiraiya just chuckled while Naruto lectured him, he then shook off his daziness on seeing the two girls. Oh, and who do we have here? Erosenin, meet. Amaru and Sarah, Naruto introduced them. Greetings, Jiraiya-sama. Sarah bowed her head, and did Amaru. Oh yes, the former queen of Ran, Jiraiya said. I may be former, but I still have my family heritage, Sarah reminded him. Of course, your highness, Jiraiya said, giving her a small bow. I ran into them in town and brought them back here to enjoy the hot springs, Naruto explained. Oh, is that so? Well, by all means, enjoy, Jiraiya said. See you after a bat, Naruto said, as he walked away, leaving Jiraiya. Soon enough in the hot springs, Naruto was on the man's side, while Amaru and Sarah were on the woman's side enjoying themselves. Jiraiya couldn't come here because the girls, if they saw him, they would kill him, as he tried to peep on them earlier, so he just have to give it time. This is a life, Naruto said, and best part, Erosenin isn't here to embarrass me with his peeping. Because you plan to do it yourself, Kurama said. Except, unlike Erosenin, my technique is much better, Naruto said. Naruto then went through Hansa and the water bubbles started to flow around all around him. As he looked into the bubbles, he could see the reflection of Amara and Sarah soaking peacefully. Oh yes, Naruto said, I like it. It's the same jutsu that Gigi used to do with that crystal ball of his. Only Utakata taught me his own version, using bubbles. What would he say if he knew what he were using his jutsu for? Said Kurama. He would wonder why he didn't think of it before. Given Utakata personality, I don't think he would use like that, Kurama said. Yeah, you're right, Naruto said. Naruto then heard the two girls speaking. Amaru, will you come here and watch my back for me, Sarah asked. Sure, Sarah, said Amaru. As a man then came into the water, rippling the water, making the bubble pop. Damn it, Naruto cursed. Don't worry, kid. You'll have your night with them tonight, Kurama said. Yeah, you're right. If I know Erosenin, he'll be passed out and I'll have my time with them, Naruto said. Soon enough when the three were done in the bath, they met back up for dinner in the inn. As the three was in front of a table with gorgeous, delicious food. Wow, this looks so good, Sarah said. I'll say, Naruto said. Aren't we going to wait for Jiraiya-sama? Amaru asked. I wouldn't waste the time. By now he's out in the village, hitting up on more ladies. I've seen this happen before, Naruto said. Well, in that case, let's eat, Sarah said. As they ate, Naruto asked. So you girls have some place you're staying tonight, Naruto asked. Actually, we're already here, Amaru said. You girls have a reservation of this inn, Naruto said. That's right, said Sarah. And maybe we can come and hang out in your room tonight, Sarah said. That would be awesome, Naruto said. Later that night, both girls were sitting on the opposite side of Naruto. You know, it's been months since we last saw you, Naruto, Sarah said. Yeah, and it felt much longer than that, Amaru said. Yeah, we really miss you, Naruto, Sarah said. Do you remember the last time the three of us was together like this, Amaru asked. How could I forget? My eyes were so entranced by your beauty. Yes, but you know what was different the last time, Sarah asked. Enlighten me, Naruto said. Well, last time we were alone like this, we never got to second base, Sarah said. Hey, I was respecting your words, Naruto said. Last time the both of you said you weren't ready for that. We know we weren't, Amaru said. But Sarah and I have talked about it since then. Are you both sure about this? Naruto asked. We are, Naruto. For you are the only man we will ever allow to go that far with us, Sarah said. Girls, hearing that made me feel like I'm trusted by you too, Naruto said while blushing. Though, try to be gentle. It will be your first time, Amaru said. Don't worry, girls. I'll be as gentle as I can, Naruto said. The next morning, Naruto slowly opened his eyes as the two girls were on his side. Hello, beautifuls, Naruto said. Hello, handsome, said Sarah. Sleep well? Amaru asked. Like a log, and you? Peaceful, said Sarah. Especially after such a arousing night, Amaru said. I'll say, you two were absolutely perfect. The girls performed a double kiss cheek. You're great too, Naruto, Amaru said. Naruto then looked at the time. Already 9? Hiroseni must have been out all night. Better go find him. You girls sit tight, I'll be right back, he said, as he gave him a kiss as he went to the bathroom to get cleaned up and got dressed. Soon enough, Naruto headed out. As he arrived at the bar to see Jiraiya, as he was asleep. Hey, wake up, Naruto screamed in his ear as Jiraiya shot up. I'm up, as he looked around. Oh kid, don't do that, he said. What happened here, Naruto asked. Well, I had a couple of drinks with a few ladies. I was supposed to leave with them, but I passed out, Jiraiya said. Typical night for you, huh? Pretty much, Jiraiya said. Alright, let's get you out of here, Naruto said, as he helped Jiraiya up, until Jiraiya could walk by himself. So what did you end up doing last night, Jiraiya asked. Not much, Naruto said. Just had dinner and all. Naruto, you need to have fun, especially since you had two lady friends here. You have no idea, Naruto thought. So how long are you staying here, Jiraiya asked. I'm staying here for about a week. Well, the girls aren't going to leave for a while, Naruto said. They're just enjoying their time. And plus, I haven't started even playing my banjo and doing my magic act yet. Finally, I can see your so-called show talents, Jiraiya said. Time skip. Between the gap between the land of fire and the land of water, there was an island. An island that was composed of destroyed buildings and destroyed bridges. This was the island of Uzo, as they were taken down many years ago by other rivaling village. In his 3-year trip, Naruto had traveled through this place to get more information about his clan. Even it being demolished, he used the place as a secluded home when he was not traveling. He planned to one day restore the village by gathering enough people to live there, gain support from several high-powered nation authority figures such as Gaara, Koyuki, Mei, and would even hire Tazuna to help reconstruct the buildings and such. As Naruto was currently meditating in one of the half-demolished buildings, as he sit there, as he was meditating, nothing was interrupting him until images started to flash through his mind. It was strange, he could see Gaara fighting. He was on top of his sand as there was this guy in the sky and a large bird. Gaara's opponent was wearing an Akatsuki robe, the same type that Kisame and Itachi wear. As Naruto watched, as Gaara was about to fall unconscious as he uttered one name before he could. Naruto, he said. Suddenly Naruto snapped his eyes open as he ran out of the building and blasted off like a bullet. Naruto, what was that? Kurama asked. I don't know. Maybe my powers have developed so far I can see visions. I need to know if it's real, Naruto said. Then you think Gaara was really attacked by the Akatsuki? I will know when I reach the sun, Naruto said, as he increased his speed. By the time the sun came up, Naruto reached the land of Whim as he saw the sun up ahead. He flew above the village to see it look roughed up, as it was real, the fighting that took place last night then. As he spotted Baki organizing some ninja and giving them orders, Baki, he said as he descended. Naruto, what are you doing here? Baki asked confused. No time for that. Where's Gaara? As Baki was surprised, how did Naruto know? Last night our village was invaded by Akatsuki members. They captured him. I knew it, Naruto said. Knew it? Baki said. I don't know what happened, but I saw what happened in my mind. Where is Kankuro and Temari? Temari is currently at Konoha. And Kankuro. What happened, Naruto said after seeing the look on Baki's face. You better come see it for yourself. As Naruto was brought to a medic building. As Naruto entered to see Kankuro on the table as he was screaming and spazzering out. As two sand ninjas tried to hold him down. What happened to him, Naruto asked. He's been badly poisoned. We found him outside the village entrance like this, with his puppets busted up. When Gaara was captured, Kankuro went off to save him, but another member of the Akatsuki poisoned him. How did the Akatsuki get in the village? I can see one of them coming in by using that bird, but you'd have been spotted by your guards immediately. Yes, I know, and we had multiple guards at the entrance, but they were all killed off. It seems like one of our own let them in. One of your guys a traitor, Naruto asked. Yes, but we have no time to find out who it is. The priority right now is to find out and get Gaara back. But given Kankuro's state, we can't get any answers from him yet. There must be someone who can cure him, Naruto said. And there might be. I already sent word to her about the situation. And she should be here soon. I also sent word to Snavi, who will be sending some backup, Baki said. Suddenly, Pakura entered the room. Naruto? Pakura? As the two hug, before remembering the situation, it's horrible. Gaara, he has been taken, she said. I know, that's why I came here. I saw it happen in my mind. How, she asked. My ability must be evolving or something, Naruto said. Some time passed after that. As each time passed, Naruto get even more worried. Until he then saw Temari, Sakura, Kakashi, and Kankuro. Guys, Naruto said. Naruto? Kakashi said. When did you get here? Sakura asked. Long story, Naruto said. I'll tell you all later. Can you help him? Naruto asked. He's been poisoned very badly, one of the sand ninjas said. We've been trying what we can, but we don't know how to deal with one as lethal as this one. Sakura nodded. I can help, but I need to collect some herbs to help me with the process. Well, we have a whole greenhouse loaded with them. I'll take you there. A third ninja said as he was about to escort her out. As they then saw two elderly people enter. The short old lady squinted at Kakashi. As she then shouted, White Fang of Konoha! As the sand ninjas told her to stop. Sister, the man behind her said, you know that the White Fang died years ago. And take a closer look. That man right there is incredibly young. Oh, you're not the White Fang of Konoha, she said. My bad, as she chuckled. Who are these two? Naruto asked, as Temari answered. That's Elder Cho and Ebisu. They're two of the oldest sand ninjas in the village, now known as the legendary siblings. Lady Cho is like our version of Snady, minus strength. So what's going on? Lady Cho asked. These are the reinforcements from Konoha we sent word to, one of the sand ninjas said. You all spare no expense, Lady Cho remarked, as she then saw Naruto. And who is this? Naruto, I'm a friend of the Kazekage, he said. We come here to help Kankuro, but I'll need to work fast or else he won't last long, said Sakura. Please, Elder Cho, show her to the greenhouse, Temari said. Alright then laddie, please follow me. As Kakashi talked with Baki, as Naruto talked with the two girls. Don't worry, I'll find Gaara, and may the Akatsuki pay. We understand how you feel, Naruto. Gaara is our Kazekage after all, Pakura said. Soon enough Sakura arrived at the medical herbs, as she got to work. As Naruto watched in amaze, seeing that this wasn't the same Sakura he knew back in the academy or on Squad 7. Some time then passed as Kankuro was finally able to speak. Oh, it's you guys. Kankuro, tell us who did this to you, Naruto asked. It was the Akatsuki, one of them claiming to be sorcerer of the Red Sands, he said. As Lady Chio was shocked along with the other sand ninjas. Sorcery? Alive? Cho asked. That is what he said he was, but I managed to get something off of him. Take my puppet, he said. Is this it? Kakashi said after going through the puppet, as he had a piece of black cloak. Yeah, I got it off sorcery. Kakashi, you're supposed to have ninja hounds, right? I'm all over it, Kakashi said as he went through hand sign and summoned his ninja dogs. Hey Kakashi, what's up? Pakon asked. Pakon, it's been a while, Naruto said. The dog eyed Naruto. You seriously changed since the last time I saw you. I wish I could say the same, Naruto said. Listen up, I need you to track this scent and report back if you find out where it leads. We're on it, said Pakon. As the group dispersed. Meanwhile, in the river country in a dark cave, as Sorcerer and Deidara placed Gaara on the ground, until an image of pain appeared. You're late. We would have gotten here sooner, but Sorcerer insisted that we walk. Shut up, Deidara, Sorcerer said. Alright, that's enough. Let's get to work, Pain said as he summoned the Gedo statue, as the other Akatsuki's flicker on the finger. This is probably gonna take a while, huh? Deidara said. No matter how long it takes, we need Ichibai. He's the first, Pain said. Complete 9 mystical dragon seal, he said. Gaara was then surrounded by a strange glow, as it was sucking the Bichu out of him into the statue. Back at the sand, it was now night time as Kakashi was still waiting for words from the ninja hounds, as Naruto was tapping his hand against the wall as he was getting impatient. Sometime later, Pakon returned. Kakashi, I found the Akatsuki lair, Pakon said. Good work, Pakon, and all of you as well, said Kakashi. So where is it, Naruto asked. It's located in the river country. I'll tell Baki, said Naruto as he ran back inside. Soon enough, Kakashi, Sakura, Pakura, Pakon, and Naruto was ready to leave until Lady Chio approached. Excuse me, but I request to join you in this rescue, Elder Cho, Pakura said. And what reason do you have for coming with us, Naruto questioned. Sorcery, the one who helped capture Gaara and poison Kankuro. He's my grandson, and I believe it's time I see him. Family business, huh? Naruto asked. Yes, this is personal, she said as her eyes tightened. Very well, Kakashi said. Elder Chio, welcome aboard. But guys, we'll be ending this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn that bell notifications they posted. Remember to share to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also, stay in tune for the rest of the what is coming your way. And I hope you guys enjoy each and every one of them. I post a new episode of What If Naruto's Osusi King. So go ahead and check that out, guys. And I'm going to be posting What If Naruto's a Badass Genius. So stay in tune for that. And I'm also going to be posting a brand new episode of What If Naruto's a Smart Prodigy. So stay in tune for that as well, guys. But for now, I'm out. Stay in tune. Peace.